why is it important for people for these stories to be real? Right? Because the whole argument was for a while that we can find significance in these stories even if they're not real. But for a lot of people, that's not enough. These stories have to be real for them to be significant. But why do you think they want it to be real? Because I think for us, we want to be a significant part of the world. I think a lot of people feel that this is why the earth was the center of the universe. This is why God created the whole universe for the sake of us, right? We feel like nothing if we are just, a lot of people think like if we're just like chemical reactions that came in and didn't experience something and then just died out.
Every love you ever experience is just chemical firings in your brain.
Yeah. And they feel like there needs to be this need for significance is so powerful to people, right? And it's so powerful in so much so that it doesn't seem like it's enough for people to be significant to other people. They want to be significant to the whole world, right?
Not the whole world, the whole universe, beyond our galaxy.
Right. Which is very interesting because the reason why we want to give agency to the universe is because a universe without agency is not a universe that can care. And, so wanting to be cared for wanting to have significance, so significance is another way of saying somebody cares about you, right? And it seems like other humans caring about you is not enough. So they want the universe to care about you, or the center of everything to care about you. And I guess this is also might make even more sense for people that don't get the attention or the care or the love from other fellow human beings, right?
Yeah.
So because what matters about anything if the creator of the whole universe is watching you and caring for you and loving you? Everything.
It's the only friend you need. It's the only relationship you need.
Everything else becomes insignificant, right? So the way this is actually what I went through as well when I was losing my faith. I couldn't stand losing God, right? So what I tried to do is to create my own personal God.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Kali, like me, then that means that you probably want more blasphemous art. Well, I have good news for you. If you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below, then you get a free booklet of some of the tastiest blasphemous art available today. So, if you want some of this delicious blasphemy, and we're so generous that we update it for you guys weekly for free, all you have to do is sign up for our newsletter below. You can also go to blasphemousart.com/ebook. That's blasphemousart.com/ebook. Sign up with your email, and you get free gifts of this tasty blasphemy. What could be better? So make sure you sign up. Link below.
Right? I realized that God, there's no evidence for God. So I was like, you know what? God is my best friend. And I now figured it out that they made God in history. It was a man-made invention. And I figured it out mostly by studying history, not by atheist books or anything like that. That's when I figured it out when I was a teenager. I was like, this is a man-made concept. I was like, you know what? I'm not ready to lose God. I don't want to lose God. And God damn it, if they made God, I can make God. Like so many people through history made their own gods.
But the problem is that placebo effect.
Yes.
It doesn't work so well when you know It's a placebo.
No, and also because I know it wasn't real,
Mhm.
right? So knowing that it wasn't real, knowing that this is a made-up friend, made me, after a year or so, I'm like, I'm just talking to myself, right? When I'm praying now, I know that I'm talking to myself, and it just made me feel ridiculous. And at some point, I just, abandoned that God, right? But I kind of like that phase because it also made me look at the world in two different ways, right? I'm like, there is two worlds, and this is my teenage years. I was going through this phase. I was like, there is one way to look at the world as look at myself as part of the world, right? So it's like outward in. There's an objective world that is completely independent from my views and my beliefs of it. It just exists. It existed for a long amount of time before me, and it will continue to exist a long time after me, and it has zero care for me. It's incapable of caring for me because it's not conscious, okay? And in this world, I am nothing, okay? And I'm like, okay, that's world A. And then there's the B world. And in that B world, this second world is my world. And the way I define this world is that it's my world of my experiences. Okay? And I realize that these two worlds are connected. The effect of me on the objective world is very limited. And the effect of the objective world on my personal world, on the world of my experiences, is a lot. Right? So as much as the A world doesn't care about the B world should care a lot about the A world, because the only way to change my experiences is to understand how objective reality works, right? So I need to understand how the A world works, right? But at the end of the day, the only thing I care about is the B world, right? Because what is caring? Caring is nothing other than an emotion, right? So the world that I experience is the only world I have. I do realize that the world of my experiences is very much dependent on how objective reality is, like my hormones, what I see, what I eat, what I drink, who I meet. But at the end of the day, the world of my experiences is the only world that I will live and die with, right? And in this world of experiences, something that maybe Jordan Peterson would call the narrative world, I am God, right? I am not as powerful of the God of the A world that they imagined, because again, I'm limited because this B world is constrained by objective reality, right? I cannot just like imagine myself to be flying. But at the end of the day, I can read stories. I'm in control of, I could figure out how to make myself happy and get happiness out of making other people happy. I could get significance out of, getting people who I care for me. And at the end of the day, I shouldn't go looking for meaning and significance in the A world. There is no source of significance in the A world. To want the universe to care for you is the same as wanting your shoe to care for you. It's incapable of caring for you. Like, the universe is not going to care for you. It's like rocks in space, just like the sun is not going to care for you. The galaxies far away are not going to care for you. It's not conscious. It's not going to care for you. Okay. So I can only find meaning in the world of experiences. And in this world of experiences, or a narrative world, I am a lot more in control. And here's the thing. So in one sense, not only the source of the A world, the objective world, cannot give me significance. Not only I can find significance in the B world, which is the world where is the world of my experiences, it's actually the other way around. the only reason why anything in the objective world is significant is because significance comes from my world of experiences. So it's what I'm saying is that we're going into like wanting the universe to care for us, to find significance, but the universe gets to be significant because of us.
Yeah.
Like the universe owes us for significance.
You're welcome.
No, what I'm saying is the universe gets to be significant because we're observing it. So not only the universe is not giving us significance, we are giving significance because the universe got the chance to be observed by us. We are the giver of significance. Not only we shouldn't be like, hey, universe gives me significance. We should understand the universe is getting the significance because we are here to experience it. If we die, if our planet gets wiped out, all the stars and all the galaxies and everything else you see becomes immediately insignificant because there's nothing to give it significance, because there's nothing to observe it. Well, unless there's aliens somewhere, I don't know. So what I said here, I said, so I wrote here, when this is again not very well written because it was just the first thing that I just wrote down. I said they are important because they get to be observed by you. And then I also said closing the gap through, instead of trying to close the gap to Jesus, close the gap between the objective world and the narrative world through yourself. Through the storyteller or through the story reader. Right? And again, when I say story, everything is a story. Like in the world of experiences, in the B world, like stories. Which story? Like, I don't read stories. Like
also, literally, how we form our own self-memory and sense of self.
Yeah,
it's
everything.
Story. That's why memory is so fallible.
Yeah,
because it's just a story we tell ourselves. Well, and you're retelling and changing it every time you recall and remember something.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about politics, if you talk about what happened in an election, if you talked about what you did, if you just think about yourself yesterday, that was the story about you, right? Everything that you ever experienced, it's the story of something. Anyways,
well, I mean, like, I need to brush up on my cognitive psychology, but literally, like how this thing that we call ourself, all the memories that we have of ourself, like I can't really go into detail about it right now because it's been a few years since I studied it, but it's just a story. It's not just a perfect memory,
Okay, wait. So we have our member saying, music guy saying the alien robots who made this matrix are laughing at us. Mortal Skeptic is saying, yeah, there are tons of really weird experiments where people's minds will construct a false narrative when it needs to fill a gap without even realizing. Yeah. So here's the last thing I wrote on my notepad when I first saw Jordan Peterson's video. This is the biggest one here. Okay, so I said, the universe doesn't need to care about you. The universe gets to be cared by you. And that's not only why you're significant, that's the only thing that makes the universe significant. You're the giver of significance. You're the God of your mind, which is the only world that matters, because it's the only world you get to experience. Yeah.
Hey guys, YouTube has fully demonetized our channel for supposedly hateful and harmful conduct, without telling us what we did wrong. If we get to 1,000 patrons, we will be able to keep paying all our team, our editors, our artists, without ever having to worry about monetization again, which would be amazing. Yay! So please support Atheist Republic on Patreon. Link in the description below.